Once upon a time, in the fog-choked streets of 19th-century Edinburgh, a strange trade flourished in the shadows. Gas lamps glowed dimly against the damp night air. Horse-drawn carts rattled over cobblestone alleys. And in the dead of night, men in long coats carried packages no living soul would dare unwrap. These were the Resurrectionists. And their most valuable customers were the city's doctors. At the time, medicine had a problem. A problem as old as surgery itself. To teach anatomy, surgeons needed bodies. But in Britain, the law was clear, only the corpses of executed criminals could be dissected. And executions were rare. Too rare. The lecture halls were full of eager young men. But the dissection tables lay empty. In the heart of the city stood Dr. Robert Knox, a brilliant anatomist with a gift for teaching. His lectures were famous. Not just for what he knew, but for the way he brought anatomy to life. There was only one problem. He could not teach without the dead. And so, the living began to look the other way, when the dead arrived at his door. They came at night, in twos and threes. Dirty-faced men with calloused hands, smelling of earth and whiskey. They called themselves Resurrectionists. But their work was no miracle. Armed with shovels, they crept into fresh graveyards. Working fast before the soil could settle, Knox paid them well. Coins clinked on the table. And in exchange, a shrouded body was laid at his feet. No questions asked. No names. No stories. The students never asked where the bodies came from. Only that they were fresh enough to teach from. But graveyards are dangerous places to linger. Soon, even they could not supply enough. And when supply runs dry, desperation finds a darker path. Some bodies didn't come from graves at all. They came from taverns. From alleyways. From rooms where the last thing the victim saw was the face of the man who would sell them. Two such men were William Burke and William Hare. Names that would be whispered in Edinburgh for generations. At first, they were grave robbers like the rest. But soon, they realized murder was easier than digging. A scarf around the neck. A pillow over the face. Quick, silent, and profitable. And Dr. Knox's anatomy room never went without a subject. But the killings could not stay hidden forever. Whispers turned into accusations. One cold morning, the police broke down a boarding house door. And found a body not yet cold. Burke and Hare were arrested. Hare turned on his partner, testifying in exchange for his life. Burke was hanged in 1829. And his own body, publicly dissected, displayed for the same students who once studied his victims. As for Dr. Knox, he was never convicted of any crime. He claimed he never knew the bodies were murdered. But the city never forgave him. He left Edinburgh, his reputation forever shadowed. The scandal changed the law. The Anatomy Act of 1832 gave doctors legal access to unclaimed bodies from workhouses and hospitals. Grave robbing faded into history. But the story of Edinburgh's Resurrectionists remains a reminder that medicine's progress often walks a razor's edge between curiosity and conscience.